Welcome to the world of 3D desktop printing, as seen on ITV's This Morning programme. The 3D FilaPrint team are here to show you the MakerBot Replicator 2X, the latest in 3D home printing. Feel free to ask any questions, or just take a look at some of the items that can be produced with this amazing new technology. Why not take the opportunity to enter the 3D FilaPrint free prize draw, where you can win one of these great prizes. Just pick up a leaflet from this stand. 3D FilaPrint are the UK's #1 supplier of quality 3D desktop printing filaments. Visit us at www.3dfilaprint.com or join us on Twitter and Facebook, where we will keep you up to date with what's new and exciting in the world of 3D printing. What will you print today?
So maybe you've heard about the MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer, but you don't know how it works? It's cool. I'm Bree Pettis, CEO of MakerBot, and I'm going to walk you through the MakerBot creation process. The MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer is the easiest, fastest, and most affordable tool for making professional quality models. If you're an engineer or an engineer at heart, you can keep a MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer right on your desktop and produce amazing high-quality models while you work. The MakerBot creation process starts with the digital design. This can be a design that you create using any digital modeling program, or you can download one of thousands of models from our site, thingiverse.com. Thingiverse is a community forum where people, like you, can share their digital designs. There are over 25,000 things on Thingiverse, and most of them can be made on a MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer. And the best part? They're all free. Once you've got your digital design, the next step is to open it in MakerBot Makerware. This is the software that allows you to prepare your model to be made on your MakerBot Replicator 2. MakerBot Makerware is a brand new software tool developed right here at MakerBot. You can use MakerBot Makerware to move and scale your model and to arrange it just so on the virtual build plate. When you've got it just how you want it, just press Make It and the MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer will begin transforming your digital 3D model into a physical 3D model. The material that the MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer uses is a renewable bioplastic called PLA. When you tell the MakerBot Replicator 2 to make something, it begins by pulling the PLA filament that's spooled in the back up through this tube and into the extruder. The extruder heats it up and squishes it through a very small hole onto the build plate. It starts by laying down the bottom layer of your 3D model. Then the platform moves the object down a tiny bit so the extruder can lay down the second layer. The process continues for the next layer, and the next layer, and the next layer. This process can take some time because each layer can be as fine as 100 microns. When you're done, you'll have a professional quality model that doesn't require any sanding or finishing. Now you know how a MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer works, and it's time to set your mind in motion thinking about how you're going to use yours and what you're going to make. Whether you're an engineer, an industrial designer, a researcher, or just somebody who likes to make things, the MakerBot Replicator 2 can help bring your ideas to life. You can learn more about the MakerBot Replicator 2 desktop 3D printer at makerbot.com/replicator2.
Welcome to Tinkercad, a 3D design tool that runs in your browser. This tutorial video will teach you the basics of using Tinkercad. What makes Tinkercad unique is the focus on constant learning. You can create something from scratch, follow a quest that teaches you new skills, or find a thing someone else has designed that you want to study and perhaps modify. To start a new design, click the Design a New Thing button. This is the editor. The arrows on the left are part of the view controls. On the right, there are basic shapes you can use for your design. You can create things by dragging shapes to the workplane. To move the view to another angle, click the arrow buttons. You can also press and hold the right mouse button down while moving the mouse. Zoom the view by pressing the plus and minus buttons, or by using the mouse scroll wheel. You can freely move shapes along the workplane. Use the top handle to change the height of the shape, and use the corner handles to change its size along the workplane. Use the arrows to rotate the shape. Move the shape up and down by using the arrow handle on top of the shape. If you select several shapes, you can modify them simultaneously. Select multiple shapes with box select, or by holding the Shift key down and clicking on the shapes you want to select. If you press and hold the Shift button while scaling, Tinkercad will resize the shape equally in all directions. Use copy and paste to duplicate shapes. You can use any shape to make holes. Just select the shape and press the Hole button in the toolbar. It's a good idea to group related shapes together to make further editing easier. You can always ungroup shapes later. There it is! When you're done with designing, click Save and Close. After that, you can give a name to your new thing. Your design is now ready to be 3D printed or shared with friends. Design a new thing of your own and have a great time learning at tinkercad.com.
Hi, my name is Rick Compagne and I'm from the Netherlands. I'm one of the founders of FabLab Amersfoort, a small FabLab in the center of the Netherlands. And we give people access to our machines. There's a laser cutter and a CNC mill and also some 3D printers. 2 of these printers I built myself. After the building process, I wanted to start printing something, but I realized that I didn't know how to draw something in 3D. So I created Doodle 3D. Doodle 3D is a very simple sketching tool, which enables everyone to draw something in 2D and have it printed in 3D. So in the first place, I created Doodle 3D for myself. All of a sudden I got asked to do workshops at schools and festivals, and people asked me to give lectures about the program, and it turned out to be a very handy tool for other people as well. It made it easier for them to use and understand the 3D printer.
Is een computer en dan moet je wat tekenen.
iPad?
Ja, iPad.
Daar kun je het helemaal bij passen en zo. En helemaal schuin en recht en al die figuurtjes erin.
En dan, als je hem zo mooi vindt, dan kan je hem weer doorsturen aan dat apparaat.
Je maakt dan zo'n
Dat
figuurtje
figuurtje.
wat je hebt getekend. En dan haal je dat figuurtje uit het apparaat. En dan heb je dat prachtige figuurtje.
Ik ben Frans Belen. Ik heb dit gemaakt. En dat is een ding om boodschappentassen mee te dragen. Je tekent het gewoon op zo'n iPad en dan komt het door naar de computer en dan zie je hem gewoon tekenen wat jij hebt gedaan. Dus het is allemaal heel zichtbaar. Ik blijf het een wondertje vinden.
To reach as many people as possible, I created this. It's the Doodle 3D Wi-Fi box. Let me tell you how it works. The Doodle 3D Wi-Fi box is a very tiny and smart device. It enables you to send your own drawing from your computer, smartphone or tablet to a 3D printer. Just make a drawing and press print. Wirelessly, your drawing is sent to your printer or somebody else's printer if you don't have one yet. You can save it or load an earlier one. You can adjust the 3D shape by twisting or scaling the layers. And this way you can convert simple drawings to complex 3D shapes without the knowledge of complicated 3D programs.
Well, the money from this Kickstarter campaign will be used to hire additional help to help us finish the code of this software. You've seen from our prototype they're already quite far, but if we want to send this all over the world, we'll need to work on a stable release version. Now, we also want to make this available on as many different platforms as possible, so that means different types of tablets and different types of 3D printers.
My name is Joris van Tubergen. I have a project on Europe for Minute Design. I think 3D printing is not complicated. Everybody can do 3D printing, and especially with an app like Doodle 3D, it's really possible for everybody to 3D print something. Even if you don't have a 3D printer at home, you can draw your objects and you go to your neighbors or to a fab lab or somewhere else where it's a 3D printer, and then you can plug it in and you can print it out.
Well, I'm Iris Dauma and I'm doing workshops with the Doodle 3D tool. The nice thing from Doodle 3D is that you have like a really direct way of showing how 3D printing works. They see it and you can do it and it's already in your hands. What they can imagine they can make.
If you like our project and you would like to back us, then please look at our rewards on the right side here.
So with your help, we can distribute Doodle 3D and the Wi-Fi box, and this will make 3D printing easy for everyone. Our team will follow the developments in 3D printing closely, and we will keep working on ways to bring it closer to you. For more information, visit our website, doodle3d.com.
Hi, we're Pirate 3D, and we're bringing to you the most affordable, easiest to use, best looking, cloud-based 3D printer. So why is this awesome technology not in our homes yet? Most industry leaders believe that 3D printing is not ready for the home. We disagree. Everyone is focused only on the technical aspects of 3D printers. However, we understand that the key to mass adoption lies in having an insanely great user experience.
Based on your needs, the Buccaneer is built to be intuitive, relevant, and most of all, affordable. What you're about to see is a culmination of a year's worth of innovation. Introducing the Buccaneer, the 3D printer that everyone can use. Simple and elegant, and that is what a 3D printer should be. The Buccaneer is very beautifully crafted, and what it does is amazing. It is elegantly designed as a closed box system, and this design helps to ensure reliable prints. And the inbuilt filter will ensure that no smell is emitted from the printer. The plastic we use is biodegradable. The Buccaneer is environmentally friendly and food safe, so you can even eat from what you make. The Buccaneer is a 3D printer that truly looks at home on your table.
I have been building 3D printers from kits for a couple of years. There's a complicated assembly, setup, calibration, and then slicing. It just gets really frustrating when you want to use a 3D printer as a 3D printer. We know your pain, and that's why we built the Buccaneer to be as intuitive and accessible to the everyday consumer as possible. The Buccaneer is so easy to use. You take the materials cartridge, slot it into the top, turn the printer on, and you're ready. Your printer will connect wirelessly to our library via your Apple or Android device. Just choose whatever you like to print, press print, and watch it go.
Hi, I'm Drew, and this is Adam, and we are the designers and creators of the Photon.
It's the first affordable 3D scanner aimed directly at the hobbyist and consumer market. Whether or not you've been doing 3D modeling for years, or if you're just getting started now because you're super excited and you just got a 3D printer, the Photon is going to allow you to 3D scan objects that you either create yourself, such as with clay, or objects that you have lying around your home.
Just put it on the scanner and press go.
That's it. It's as simple as that. The software is going to generate a point cloud, and then at the end, you convert it to a mesh, and now you import it into your favorite 3D program. 3D printing is really exciting right now because it empowers people to create whatever they want. The Photon helps people actually do that active creation. Having a printer is one thing, but if you don't have anything to print, there's not so much that you can do with it.
You can really start using your 3D printer for what it was made for, and that's being creative.
So we designed the Photon from the ground up. The hardware, the software, the circuit board, everything. We did it all from scratch. We wanted to have complete control, and we wanted everything to work together perfectly.
Yeah, we're a bit of obsessive compulsive freaks, so we want control over everything.
We wanted it to perform great, but we also wanted it to look great. We didn't want it to look like something that just belonged in a hobbyist shop. We wanted it something that if you're an architecture office or if you're a 3D animation studio, you want this on your desk.
We're on Indiegogo because we know this is the best way to get it into your hands as soon as possible.
We really think we have something amazing here, and we really think you're going to love it.
Our team has been working together for a few years now, and we've had the opportunity to work with a wide range of different technologies, but none have even come close to having the vast capabilities of the 3D printer.
Having an engineering background, I've been primarily working on projects involving artificial limb construction. During this process, I realized that it would be a lot easier if I could work from home, which led me to consumer 3D printing.
For designers, engineers, architects, students, the average Joe, there's not many opportunities to buy a 3D printer without really breaking the bank. So we decided to build it ourselves for people like us and keep it open source, so there's no barriers to how this machine can evolve.
"3D printers used to be big and bulky and cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what we've done with Robo3D is build a comparable machine that fits nicely on your desktop at an affordable price."
When working in the field of solid modeling, there's always been a divide between what you can imagine and what you can actually build, unless you've got some very expensive equipment. With Robo3D, you now are provided with the opportunity to build some intricate, precise pieces in the comfort of your own home.
So what is 3D printing? 3D printing is additive manufacturing that turns computer models into real physical things. It takes plastic, PLA, biodegradable filament, melts it into thin layers onto a surface, moves up and prints another layer, like a hot glue gun effect. After layer upon layer, you are left with a physical object that is very durable. You can use 3D modeling software such as SolidWorks, the free Google SketchUp program, or go to Thingiverse.com. Download free things that people have already created and print them out in your own home, office, or classroom. There's even an iPad app to help you create 3D models.
You can design anything from toys, model homes, household items, phone cases, laptop stands, camera mounts, figurines, replacement parts, gears, pulleys. The list is endless.
This is a great 3D printer for everyone, from beginners to advanced users alike. Our goal is to make Robo3D affordable, easy to assemble, and easy to use.
As you can see, our printer is designed to look aesthetically pleasing on your desk or countertop. It's made of two main pieces that easily slide and lock into place.
Our printer features one of the largest build platforms available at 10 by 12 by 9 inches. That, combined with 100 micron layer height, makes for big, smooth, precise prints.
We are a well-rounded team of designers, mechanical, and electrical engineers. Together, we have created a product that will give you great results. We've been designing our product for some time now, and we're ready to gear up manufacturing and get it into the hands of users. But to do that requires considerable resources. This is where you and Kickstarter come in.
Your funds will allow us to begin our ready-to-go manufacturing process and deliver our product at a low cost to you.
The heart of the matter is, we want everyone to experience this amazing technology. So let's change the world, one Robo 3D printer at a time.
One of the problems with the current medical system is that you only connect with the system every now and then.
We are in the biggest tsunami of personalization in the world, but for medicine, we are still waiting in line in an emergency room.
With your smartphone, you can find out about anything, anywhere. But what you can't find is information about your own body.
In 2005, I spent almost a year in hospital with one of my children. I started to look at all the machines and all the readings. After a couple of weeks, I understood it. And it was very liberating to have that knowledge. I want to make a company that, gives people these numbers. The Scout will allow people to see the fingerprint of their health in very minute detail.
When you have a visit with a physician or you go to an ER, the first thing they do is check the vital signs to see where you're at right now. This, you just hold it to your forehead, and in seconds you have all of it. The Scout gives you your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, your respiratory rate, and your oxygen levels in your blood.
Scanadu Scout works everywhere. It analyzes all your readings and then stores it forward.
When people have a Scout, they can connect with their physician in ways that was never possible before.
We are competing in the X Prize. This is important because what we aim to do with Scanadu Scout is to bring the 5 senses into a single recording device. We will have essentially a doctor in the palm of our hands.
This is the ultimate consumer device for medicine.
We put a lot of thought into giving you medical-grade data that's easy to understand, records it, and enables you to communicate with your physician and make smart decisions together.
We have a relationship with NASA, although their medicine was never actually destined to be for consumers. It was destined to be for astronauts in the space station.
This is exactly the kind of responsive platform that we need. This allows us to go further and enhance our performance.
Right now, when you buy a cup of coffee, you can see that transaction on your smartphone even before you leave the store. With the Scout, you can see the impact on your health before you leave the store. So for parents, you can find out early in the day if your child is going to be sick later in the day or not. It's something that's good for all of us. This is one of the most exciting times in the history of medicine and the history of health. We can finally understand our bodies and adjust them in ways that it's never been possible before. But that takes all of us working together. So join us in making this a reality.